Am I live? I'm live. Good morning, losers. Or maybe I'm the loser. I'm talking to a camera. I have to get my phone. Just give me a sec. I forgot it. Ah, well, it's so different to have my camera here. Like, if you've been watching me, you probably can notice that I changed my setup. Before I was like this, so you would see the wall here behind, and now I moved it from here to here because this way I have the wall, and now I'm less distracted by things happening around. Because like this way I can see everything. I can see the window outside. I can see the kitchen here. The table is right there. I can see the TV. Like there was just too much information, and I realized I can't focus in here. So I thought, you know what? Let's just bah, move it, and now I have my table right here. And well, it's just different. Like this angle here. Let me move this here. Yeah, this is not my best angle. We can say that. This is not my best angle. You know what you should do? You should buy a webcam and put it right here. Here, meaning, so my laptop is here, my monitor is here, right. Fuck, you can't see. Anyways, whatever. What am I doing? Today we are gonna be reading about uh, what's the name? Well, pardon me. I didn't even explain what this is. Okay, this we are talking about. We are reading. We are reading. We are consuming with purpose. You know how we often go on social media and we just scroll, and there is no purpose. We are just stupid, and then we tell ourselves, "Oh, but I'm learning because I don't know." We follow people who might be useful, post useful content. Anyways, I'm not fooling myself anymore. Well, I did scroll for 5 minutes. I sat down here and then I was like, oh fuck, I'm scrolling, and then I got my phone and I threw it in the on the couch. But anyways, I got it back here so I can record. Uh, Here, Samsung voice recorder, so I can record myself reading. And what we're gonna do today here is I'm on Substack, okay? And on Substack, I saw it recently. Where is he? From Ben from Next Play. That's the Substack name. And he posted, not him, Vinu Ganesh. He posted a guide, an article called The Definitive Guide to Forward Deployed Engineering. Let me share my screen. Why am I not sharing? Janela. Uh, Here we go. The Definitive Guide to Forward Deployed Engineering. If you don't know what this is, we're going to be talking about it today. And this is basically a role that Palantir came up with. Palantir is a huge defense company, Palantir, American publicly traded company that develops data integration analytics platform. Anyways, yeah, they're a military company, and they created this role called called forward deployed engineer. Basically, there's a joke that this role is just a sales engineer, but a modern sales engineer. Uh, it kind of is, but the FDE, what he does is he talks to the client, to a company. Well, he talks to the client. He understands. Oh, so the client needs A, B, C, and then he implements. Basically, he's the first line of creating new things for a client. That's my understanding. They take calls. They understand. Oh, this is going wrong. This is going right. Uh, we need this thing here. Oh, we don't know how to connect this and this. And then that's where the FD jumps in. He's proactive, he's ready to help, and he's always available to help the client with any problems they have. So let's give it a shot. This is kind of a big one, but I'll try to be quick. All right. The definitive guide to forward deployed engineering and why it's becoming one of the most popular roles at AI companies. Hey there, hey there. Okay. If you work in tech, you should learn about forward deployed engineering. It's quickly become one of the most popular roles that nearly all fast growing AI companies are looking for. At the same time, it's a type of role very few people and companies seem to actually understand. Well, this is my case. Like officially, I am a FDE because I'm supposed to talk to clients, create their accounts, integrate new things for them, like transition them from the old system to this to our in my current role. Like I don't fully understand. FDE was originally popularized by Palantir, now a 275 billion public company. So I thought it would be a good idea to speak with Vinu Ganesh, the person who designed and built the program that turned soft engineers into FDEs at Palantir back in 2015. The program was called Project Frontline, and it worked by sending engineers into live customer deployments across defense, intelligence, and enterprise. Over 250 engineers went through it. They are now at OpenAI, XAI, Anduril, and dozens of leading companies. I asked him to put together his best advice for people looking to become or hire FD, which includes why FD is increasingly important to startups, the history of the role, his personal experience becoming one, why you should consider becoming an FDE, why you should not become, a bit of playbook for becoming an FDE. Even if you're not looking to immediately become or hire an FDE, I think you'll find the article insightful. It contains lots of stories and ideas that apply to people horizontally across the startup who wish to understand their customers and be in the weeds. Also, just think you will find his story interesting. Hope it's helpful. Thank you. Let's see who is Vinu Ganesh. He's building Kepler, CEO and co-founder at Kepler. Let's see, Kepler. Yeah, I remember I checked it. They have a cool website. What do they do? The ground truth platform for AI. I have no idea what that means, and I don't want to keep looking. Anyways, I'm just checking what this guy does. He was the CTO. He was the head architect. Oh, with Capital One Software. I think this is the guy. Yeah, these are the guys who acquired Brex. Yes, he head of compute, forward deployed software engineer lead. Cool. So out of curiosity, if I come here, forward deployed engineer, what is that? I have one school alumni who works here. That's funny. Taylor. Oh, and he is a forward deployed engineer. Crazy. Let's see. Do they show salary? I don't think so. The role, core responsibilities. Oof, C++. Anyways, yeah, there are not many. Who's this guy? He worked for the city of Oro. That's so funny. Cool. All right. What am I doing? The bottom line, the FD has become the most valuable credential in tech, and most people do not understand why. If you look at job postings at OpenAI, XAI, Anthropic, Helsing, Anduril, Scale, or Palantir, you'll notice they're not just looking for software engineers. They're looking for engineers who can deploy, who can sit with customers, who can make software work in the real world. Here's what you need to know. An FDE is a software engineer who owns customer outcomes, not customer relationships, not customer satisfaction scores, but outcomes, the actual results the customer is trying to achieve with the software. This distinction sounds subtle, but it changes everything. A sales engineer's job is to help close the deal. A solutions architect designs how the product fits the customer's environment. An FDE job is to make sure the customer actually wins. Okay, so the sales engineer job is to help close the deal. I had a call with a sales engineer the other day for the other company I work at, and we had to move in Shopify. We had to go into a new app, and we had a call with the sales engineer, and he showed us everything the product does, and he was helping closing the deal by showing us what the product do. Then a solutions architect designs how the product fits the customer's environment. So the solutions architect helps the customer to understand how to properly use the product based on how they work. The FD job is to make sure the customer actually wins. So after they are already inside, is to help they win with the software. Anyways, the critical insight is that you can't easily hire your way to a true FD organization. The skill set is too rare, too specific, too dependent on experiences most engineers never have. Traditional engineering jobs don't build this skill set because they are structured to insulate engineers from customer reality. You write code, you ship it, you move to the next ticket. You never feel the weight of a customer depending on your work. Never see what happens when your elegant system meets messy real world data. Never have to look someone in the eye and explain why they think they need it isn't working. So how do you hire forward deployed engineers? You don't. You grow them. That's clever. This was Palantir's critical insight, and it took us years to fully understand it. The only way to build an FDE organization is to take talented people and put them through a crucible that transforms how they think about building software. Why this matters now? Three forces are making the FDE model the default rather than the exception. First, AI is making deployment harder, not easier. AI systems require fine-tuning, prompt engineering, evaluation, and ongoing adjustment. You can't throw an LLM over the wall and expect customers to figure it out. OpenAI, Anthropic, XAI, and every serious AI company is building FDE-style functions, even if they don't call them that. There is a related point here about what it means to be an engineer at all. If AI can do much of what junior engineers used to, the engineers who remain valuable are the ones who can do what AI can't, which is sit with a customer, understand the real problem, and own the outcome. That's a good one. I had never thought about it this way, but it's totally correct. Like if it's so right, if it's so easy to write code and everyone can do it, well, by everyone I mean the AI, and the AI can do it. What's our advantage? What's our edge as developers? Hold on, we ain't got one. The only thing AI can't do properly, I mean, they probably can, but they just don't have the same context as we do for now, right? For now, that's the key part here. So they're not able to sit in a call and know that, oh, X thing doesn't work because we are working on Z thing. Anyways, no, I don't want this. Second, defense tech is exploding. Andrew, Palantir, Shield AI, and dozens of startups are building software for military and government customers who cannot tolerate deployment failure. Yeah, imagine you're in the middle of a war and something fails. These customers operate in austere environments with unique constraints, and you can't support them with a help desk. You need engineers in the field. Third, enterprise buyers are getting smarter. After decades of shelfware, enterprises are starting to demand implementation guarantees. They want to see engineers on site and know that someone will own the deployment, not just the sale. The vendors who can deliver this will win. 5 years from now, I expect every serious enterprise software company to have an FD function. If you're thinking about where to invest your career, this is the trend to bet on. My gray track jacket. At Palantir, everyone got a black track jacket, standard issue. But there was another jacket, a gray one that you couldn't buy or request, of course, only for FDs because they are the bad bitches. The mythology was that your black jacket had faded through years of experience, that you had worn it through enough deployments and enough hard field work that the black had burned away and become gray. Leadership awarded them when you had proven yourself in the field. Brian Schimpf, now CEO of Andrew, awarded his jackets when he was one of Palantir's senior engineering leaders. When I got mine, I didn't feel pride or accomplishment. I felt the weight of what it represented. The late nights, the systems. Shut up. Asking me, they want skills to develop, certifications to get the cures further, but that's not what it's about. The jacket was just a symbol. The transformation is what matters. My transformation. If you want concrete recommendations on how to become an FD, skip to the playbook at the end. But if you want to understand why this transformation matters and what it actually feels like, read on. I joined Palantir on the product development side in Palo Alto. I fixed Jira tickets, wrote code, built tests, did code reviews, architected systems. I attended sprint planning and hit my deadlines. By every internal metric, I was doing good work. But once I rotated into the field, what I saw broke how I understood my own job. We had a product called Phoenix. It worked beautifully for the use case it was designed for. Clean architecture, solid code, good test coverage, we were proud of it. Then I watched it fail. The system relied on a data integration that seemed straightforward. When new data comes in, we generate a key space in Apache Cassandra. We had designed it to create key spaces in 10-minute increments for easy automated deletion. We thought it felt like a clever trick. I didn't bet it. Well, I don't think it matters. Then bad data came in. Well, specifically, no data came in. The date column was empty. Our system interpreted this as the epoch, January 1970. So it did exactly what it was designed to do and generated every key space between January 1st and October 7th, 2013. That's 2.3 million key spaces. Fuck. Cassandra requires roughly 5 megabyte per column family. You need 14 terabytes of RAM just to start up. The system owned, I don't know, on startups and was commonly said at Palantir back then, bad times on boats. What does that mean? I sat there watching this happen and I realized something that should have been obvious. We had never seen the data the system would actually process. We had never been in the room when garbage data showed up at 2 a.m. We had never had to look a customer in the eye and explain why the system they depended on was suddenly unresponsive. This wasn't a one-time thing. I saw it again on other projects. We would build something elegant and technically sophisticated, ship it to the field, and watch it collide with the reality in ways we never anticipated. The pattern was always the same. We built without understanding, optimized for the wrong things, and solved problems that didn't exist while ignoring problems that did. The gap between what we were building and what users actually needed wasn't a small gap. It was a chasm. Chasm? I don't know. Interesting. And that's so true. Like, we design stuff and we design it in the way that we think people are going to use it, or we design it in the way that we think that we would use it. And in our head, everything just makes sense. But then you see someone actually using it and realize, holy fuck, what are you doing, you dumb ass? To not say something else. Yeah, with my app, my mobile app, I built specifically for my girlfriend, and it was kind of a social media for you to post your recipes. So you'd have your cookbook, all of your recipes, and you could cook them with all the steps and ingredients and everything, and then you can post. This posting part well, not that it was the hardest, but I remember in my mind it was so clear how the app worked, but she would always struggle. She, meaning my girlfriend. After the first experience, I kept going back to the field: New York City, Singapore, Afghanistan, Israel, UAE, Toronto, San Francisco, blah, blah, blah. And government deployments I can't name. I spent hours in working through data integrations across multiple networks. My laptop once overheated and nearly melted sitting in a car in the Middle East. What the fuck? Each field experience taught me something new about the distance between the building software and deploying it, about what happens when your code meets reality, about the difference between solving a problem in theory and solving it for a real human. Dude, this is just okay. This is getting too bullshit. Like I feel like I'm reading. This is clearly AI. I feel like this was not a real person who wrote it. There were some things that I could catch. It was AI, but like now it's just bullshitting me. See, I alternated between software engineering and forward deployed the work for years, going back and forth between building and deploying. Each time I returned to product development, I built differently. I asked different questions and anticipated different failures. I understood in a way I couldn't have before what the software was actually for. That oscillation changed me, and I became convinced it could change others. Like, fuck off. This is just too AI. This is just too AI. You're bullshitting me. This section here, like, we didn't need that. Just go to the point. Why this model works? No, you know what? I'll just skip. Oh, that's good. Building frontline, the program that scaled it. To really understand FD, you need to understand frontline. At the time, Palantir had two organizations that didn't understand each other. Product development built the software, while business development, which included the FDs, put it in front of customers. The two groups were culturally and operationally separate, and that separation was causing real damage. BD thought BD lacked technical rigor. BD thought BD lacked urgency. Deploying the product was painful, sometimes taking days or weeks. Engineers in the field drowned in problems that engineers in headquarters had never seen, while engineers in headquarters built features that solved the wrong problems because they had never felt the pain of the people using their software. Like, this is all just bullshit. Often the rotations were connected to the product engineers would eventually build. Someone would spend 6 months deploying software they would never touch again. I feel like this is, when you go and you build something for SEO purposes, like a blog article for SEO, and then the AI just fills it with bullshit stuff and keywords that make no sense. I feel like this is what this is. This blog post wasn't posted for people. I feel like it was posted for search engines. And just give me a sec here because I need to take my medicine. I've got asthma. Dude, I have to cut my hair so bad. Like, if you look at me like this, okay? Look at this. Like, there's just a ball that does this. Holy crap. Wait, let me send the link in the chat in case anyone joins. Can I send a like? Like, love, 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 love. I'll just skip. If you need deep focus time, this is on your path. FDE work is interrupt driven, with customers having emergencies. Will look like that week. I described that above. If you want to go deeper in technical specialty, look elsewhere. FDs are generalists. Good. We'll learn a lot about lots of things. If you take customer frustration personally, the playbook. There we go. There we go. Most of you reading this don't work at a company with a frontline program. Nobody's going to hand you with this experience, so you have to create it yourself. Here's exactly how to do it. Week 1 to 2, get on customer calls. Email your PM or customer success lead today with this exact message. I want to understand our customers better so I can build more robust features. Can I sit in on 2 to 3 customer calls over the next few weeks? I'll be on mute just observing. Almost no one will say no to this. On the call, don't take notes on feature requests. Take notes on these things. What does this person's day look like? What do they do before this call? What will they do after? What do they seem frustrated by that they're not explicitly complaining about? What workarounds are they using? I'm feeling my chest. Week 3 to 4, shadow support or implementation. Find whoever handles customer escalations or implementations at your company. Ask to shadow them for 3 days. If you work remotely, ask to be added to their Slack channels and get on video calls with them when issues come in. Watch how problems get diagnosed. Notice the gap between what customers say is wrong and what's actually wrong. Pay attention to which parts of your product cause the most confusion. Then, month 2, take an escalation. When a customer issue comes in, volunteer to own it end to end. Not just fix the bug, but talk to the customer, understand the impact, communicate the timeline, deploy the fix, and confirm it's resolved. This is the full loop. It will be uncomfortable. We'll learn more from this one experience than from months of normal development work. Month 3, visit a customer site or do a deep dive remote session. If your company has customers you can visit, ask to join a site visit. If not, ask if you can do a 2-hour screen share session with a customer where we watch them. Use the product for their actual work, not a demo, not a training session, their actual job. While you're watching, identify one paper cut you can fix in under a day. Then fix it and ship it before the week is over. Tell them you did it, and this builds trust and goodwill like nothing else. This is a good one, and we actually have one customer close here. They're in Montreal, and are they in Montreal? I think they are. And I could do that. 1 4 to 6. Build your feedback loop. By now, you should have enough context to start seeing patterns. Create a simple document titled "What I've Learned from Customers" and update it weekly. Share it with your product team. Include specific quotes, specific workflows, specific pain points. This document will make you invaluable. It will also prepare you for FD interviews where you need to demonstrate customer empathy. Developing the 6 traits: curiosity, calibration, communication, staying calm, owning outcomes without authority, pushing back effectively, what you should actually know technically. Ah, Customer will ask you for why when that they actually needs a solution to X. Practice by asking what you're trying to accomplish before jumping to solutions. SQLs, joins, group by with having, window functions, cities, target. Write a query that finds the second highest value per category without Googling. Data is objective and the data analysis is your lifeblood. The second highest value per category. Command line, containers, networking, Python scripting, data quality. Well, with AI, you don't really need command line anymore. I mean, with Google, you didn't need to know everything from your from top of mind. Tell me about a time you had to work with a difficult customers. Bad. The customer was being unreasonable. Tell me about a time you disagreed. Your first 90 days. Yeah, but dude, this is just bullshit. Bullshit and more bullshit. Anyways, resources. Companies hiring FDEs. FDE adjacent as a service company's defense tech service. Okay, those are good. Volunteers S1 filling. What am I looking at? Registration statement. Is this what I'm looking at? What the hell is that? Deployment methodology. Deployment method. Wow, this is so hard to read. Okay, whatever. Shyam Sankar. Who are you? What? Shyam Sankar. And then I opened the Substack, and the last thing he published was in 2024 about Shaolin, and Rambo. Anyways, The Mom Test by Rob Fitzpatrick. How to talk to customers and learn if your business is a good idea when everyone's lying to you. Okay, this one makes sense. Let's see if this one makes sense. 'Cause this is another proof that this is AI generated. Like Palantir's S1 feeling deployment methodology section that like I couldn't find anything. And then the guy's blog has been inactive for the last 2 years. Let's see this one. Hey, I'm Julia. Welcome to my blog. Here, every post I've ever written organized by category. Enjoy. You can subscribe at a weekly. Some notes of starting to use Django, a data model for Git. Notes on switch to Helix from Vim. Like, what the fuck is this? Who is this person? Julia Evans. Let's see her GitHub. Like, it doesn't say anywhere that she. Oh, no. Yeah, it doesn't say anywhere that she is FD, like resources. No, this is just bullshit. This is just AI bullshit. Fuck, I spent half an hour reading AI bullshit. Anyways, this was valuable. Okay, so things I learned. What actually is a FD, a forward deployed engineer? It's someone who helps the customer to win, to succeed. A sales engineer will hop on a call with you and help you understand what the product is. The sales engineer will try to sell you the product. The solutions architect design will see how you can use the product, and a forward deployed engineer will sit with you, understand your problems, and ship solutions. They will understand how you operate, how you handle the product, and owning owning the solution to what you're trying to achieve. That's what I understand. You need to talk to customers a lot. You need to be a generalist. You can't be like a backend developer because a backend developer is not going to be able to debug a front end issue or like the database. I don't know. Anyways, cool. Yeah, this is actually not sad, but I just spent kind of I just wasted my time reading AI bullshit. I'm glad I actually skipped a bunch of things. But anyways, crazy, like absolutely crazy. Do I have time for another one? Consuming with purpose. Consuming with purpose resources. Let's see this one. Voice recorder. Okay, cool. So I follow this guy here. His name is Dominique. I use one of his products. This one here, HelpKit. Basically, the idea with HelpKit is to post, transform your Notion, well, turn your Notion docs into a self-service knowledge base for your customers. So yeah, this is our customer support page, our help page. Like you know how help.reddit.com. Reddit has this page. Oh, I don't think so. What happened? Help.reddit. Anyways, yeah, that's what we do. So let's read how to promote your product in Reddit comments the right way. Reddit comments can be an incredible way to promote your business, but it's easy to get banned if you're not careful. Yeah, like I've heard about so many stories about you getting banned or getting downvoted and just fucking your account because you're promoting yourself too clearly. Most of you probably try to jump in, drop your product links, and wonder why your account gets banned within minutes. The article goes over the number one reason why a Reddit comment gets removed, what to do about it, better comment techniques, how to warm up your Reddit account, and how to find posts worth engaging with. Heads up, this is probably the most comprehensive Reddit comment guide you'll ever find, so better bookmark it to reference later. It took me half a day to write this down and make it readable, so I hope you find it helpful. This is a 10-ish minute read, but I guarantee you it will be worth it. I will include screenshots and real examples to make it more approachable and easy to understand. Why did I write this? I run a Reddit marketing software for a living, so I love to nerd out on these things. Alright, let's get into it. We have all been there, don't worry. Not a single serious growth marketer that I know hasn't gotten a Reddit account banned. It's actually part of the process and totally normal. However, it sucks. Luckily, there's a few things you can do to prevent your chance of getting your account blocked and increase your chances of getting your product in front of the largest forum on the internet. Here's the thing, promoting your business in Reddit comments is kind of an art form. Sure, buddy, sure. It requires patience, strategy, and a bit of understanding of the Reddit community dynamics. But when done right, it can drive you a lot of traffic, even sales, boost your SEO, and position you as a trusted authority in your niche. Why even bother commenting on Reddit? First things first, Reddit comments are where the real conversation happens. While posts get attention, comments drive engagement and trust. Here's why you should focus on commenting. Comments often get more genuine interaction than posts. People are already engaged in the discussion, making them more receptive to helpful advice. This way, Reddit algorithms are harsher on posts with links than on thoughtful comments. A well-crafted comment can fly under the radar. Better context for promotion when you answer someone's specific question, mentioning your solution feels natural rather than spammy. GEO/SEO benefits. Those Reddit threads often rank on Google's first page. Yeah, that's true. Your helpful comment becomes part of that ranking content. Cool. Never drop direct links. Before we dive into strategies, like get this straight. Direct link and Reddit comments are the fastest way to get banned. Don't do this. Here's what happens when you drop a direct link. Fresh account plus external link equals 99 removal rate. Reddit spam filters flag your account across the platform. Moderators remember repeat offenders and your domain might get site-wide banned. Instead, follow this approach. Provide helpful advice first. Mention your tool/service by name, no link. Let interested users Google your product name. We'll talk about attribution later. Trust the process. It works. You might think without a link, people won't find your product. We'd like to disagree. If your comment is interesting enough, people will find your product themselves by searching for your brand name on Google. There is also a bonus. When people discover your product themselves, they feel like they found a hidden gem rather than being sold to, even if they just you Google it. An example of how not to and how to comment right. Swipe to see the difference. Oh, I think yeah. Account warm up protocol. Every legit Reddit marketer knows this. You need karma and account history before promoting anything. Here's the minimum viable warm up strategy for a new Reddit account. They wanted to post 5 to 10 genuine comments in your target subreddit. Focus on upvoting replies to your comments, engaging authentically, one throwaway post. Share a meme, ask a question, or create a poll. 10 to 20 karma. What? That sounds like nothing. Account age at least 30 days old, combined karma, 300 plus across comment and post karma. For every soft product mentioned, make 8 helpful comments with no self-serving purpose. Subreddit history, comment on unrelated topics in your target subreddits first. Yeah, like everything has warm-ups. On TikTok, you have to comment and like and act like a real human. You have to use it for 15, 20 minutes per day for like a week or less. 3 to 7 days, and then you can start posting. So your video gets delivered to more people. So it makes sense that, I mean, it's obvious that you have to do the same on Reddit. I tried actually for the company I work at. We did something with Reddit at some point, and I remember leaving a comment or creating an account and making a post in the subreddit, and the account was like 3 weeks old, and someone left a comment or a reply to me saying, "Oh yeah, sure, yeah, your 3 weeks old account is interested in knowing this, and it's not just farming." Or, anyways, the guy owned me. Most people think karma is just internet points, but it's the actually Reddit's way of measuring your contribution to the platform. The two types of karma: post karma, points from content you submit, links, images, text posts, and comment, points from your replies and discussion. For marketer, comment karma is usually more valuable because it shows you engage with the community rather than just posting your own content. That being said, you should always aim to improve both to get the most out of Reddit. This is crazy. The magic numbers are usually 30 days plus 10 to 50 karma as the minimum threshold. Like, this sounds just like nothing. 10 to 50 karma. Like, what the fuck is karma? How does it work? I don't care enough to Google. If you're serious about Reddit marketing, consider having multiple accounts for different strategies. For a detailed account warm up strategy, make sure to check out my full Reddit marketing guide. You can find it at the end of this article. Reading the room, post intent analysis. The single best way to promote your product on Reddit comment is to find posts where people are already asking for suggestions, recommendations, or advice. When someone is actively looking for solutions, your comment is not only welcome, it's genuinely helpful. This is where your product mention feels natural, not forced, and will not get easily flagged as spam. High intent product recommendation posts. These are the gold mines. I kind of hate this word now, but it really is. Think about it. Those are posts where users literally are asking for you to show your product. They want to spend money for a solution to their need. Of course, your product is the solution for it. Wink. You should ideally look for posts like, what's the best tool that you use for X? Need recommendation for X. Anyone tried X? Why is it actually safe to drop a link? I almost always recommend not dropping direct product links in your comments. Most subreddits and other moderators treat links as instant spam, especially from new or low karma accounts. Even if your comment is helpful, a link can get it auto removed or flagged by users. But there's one exception. There is one exception. If you notice the entire comment section is full of links, it's safe. How to find Reddit posts to comment on. Manually searching for recommendation or problem threads across dozens. Fuck, I just fell into a marketing strategy. Dude, no, oh my god. How to find Reddit posts to comment on. Manually searching for recommendations or problem thread across dozens of subreddits is time consuming, so use my product. Dude, this is just crazy. Like, oh my god, everything online is a marketing strategy for someone. Well, not that it's a bad thing. Objectively, no, it's not a bad thing. Like, at some point, I might be using his red reach. Who knows? Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Okay, so the value first comment in strategy. So he's probably gonna talk about how it's important to give value to people first. Yeah. So instead of just dropping your product name or link name, he said to not do the link. You should explain carefully what this is. Soft mention is your secret weapon. Share an experience, recommendation mix, balanced review. Oof, this got too long. Anyways, I have stuff to do here. I've been Reddit. I've been for 45 minutes. I have to leave. It's 10:07 now. So thank you very much for being with me. Yeah, I'm having trouble with finding good stuff. Everything seems to be AI generated, or I mean, not that it's a bad thing, but it just gets massive at some point. And if you want to make something AI generated, make sure it's short. Make sure it's short. There is absolutely no need to make something you guys can see something this size when you could have been said in way less words. Anyways, all right. I hope you have a good day, and thanks for watching.